I see Toyotas every day. I see Hondas every day. In fact, I see them more than I see my own family or my friends. You look out your window right now, you walk down any street, you're going to see a Camry, a Civic, an Accord, or a RAV4. They are the background noise of everyday life. People buy them, people trust them, and people go crazy for them when a new model drops. But for the car I'm going to talk about today, I don't think most of you have ever even seen it in real life or even know the name. It is called the Fisker Ocean. A little over a year ago, this car was supposed to be the absolute next big thing. It was a beautiful, futuristic, all-electric luxury SUV designed by a legendary car designer. The people who ordered it early paid $40,000, $50,000, even $70,000 to get their hands on one. It was marketed as the ultimate Tesla killer. Today, the company that made it is completely bankrupt. They wiped out, and the car itself has become an absolute ghost car that nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to drive, and dealerships have been forced to dump for pennies on the dollar just to clear the space. We are talking about brand new $70,000 luxury vehicles being fire sold for $15,000, and buyers are still looking at them and saying no thanks. How does a car go from being a highly anticipated tech marvel to a total flop that people are terrified to own? It all comes down to the massive, unbelievable downsides that ruined this vehicle from the inside out. The nightmare started the exact moment the first customers took delivery. You see, when a traditional car company like Toyota or Honda builds a car, they make sure the basic stuff works before it leaves the factory. Fisker did not do that. They rushed the car out to market, and the software was completely unfinished. Imagine spending $70,000 on a brand new car, walking up to it, and the key fob doesn't work. You are literally locked out of your own luxury vehicle. Owners were stranded in parking lots for hours just trying to get the doors to open, and once you actually got inside and started driving, things got worse. The massive center touchscreen would randomly freeze up or go completely pitch black while driving down the highway. The digital dashboard would throw error codes like Christmas lights. Basic safety features like automatic emergency braking or lane keep assist would just randomly shut themselves off without warning, leaving drivers completely vulnerable. It was so buggy and glitched out that one of the biggest tech reviewers on YouTube openly called it the worst car he had ever reviewed in his life. That single review alone sent shockwaves through the industry and tanked the car's reputation instantly. But a bad software launch is something a company can usually fix with updates. The real tragedy for the Fisker Ocean is what happened next. The company completely ran out of money and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They closed up shop, laid off their workers, and stopped production entirely. And that brings us to the second massive downside, the absolute death of the factory warranty. When you buy a Honda or a Toyota, you get a promise. If the engine blows up or a sensor dies in the first few years, you drive to the dealership and they fix it for free. With the Fisker Ocean, there is no factory left to back that promise. If you buy one of these cars today and a major component fails the exact second you drive it home, you are completely on your own. There is no customer service hotline to call. There is no authorized corporate dealership to visit. You are holding the keys to a highly complex rolling computer with zero safety net. This leads directly into the third major downside, which is sumarutu, which is a total lack of replacement parts. Cars get into accidents, fender benders happen, windshields crack, door handles break, and bumpers get scraped. For any normal car, a mechanic can jump on the computer and order a replacement part in 5 minutes. For the Fisker Ocean, you cannot do that. There is no factory making new parts anymore. The supply chain is completely dead. The situation has gotten so extreme that if you get into a tiny minor accident that scratches the bumper and cracks a headlight, insurance companies are looking at the repair bill and choosing to write the entire car off as a total loss. They would rather pay out the cash value of the car than try to hunt down a replacement headlight that doesn't exist anywhere on earth. If a door handle snaps off, you might have to spend weeks scouring salvage yards or eBay just to find a used one from a wrecked vehicle. Mechanics at regular repair shops don't even want to touch the car because they don't have the diagnostic tools or the manuals to understand how to fix it. But the scariest downside of all is something unique to modern electric vehicles, the dependency on the cloud. The Fisker Ocean was built to be a smart car. That means its navigation system, its mobile app connectivity, its remote lock and unlock features, and its over-the-air updates all require connection to Fisker's corporate servers. When the company collapsed, those servers started going dark. Imagine turning on your car's built-in map and it won't load because the company's server subscription lapsed. Imagine trying to use the app on your phone to turn on the air conditioning before you get in, but the app won't connect because the system is dead. The car is slowly losing its brains. It is a vehicle that is actively degrading in real time as the digital infrastructure behind it turns off. It has gotten so wild that the people who already own these cars have been forced to band together to form a non-profit group called the Fisker Owners Association. Think about how insane that is. Thousands of strangers online are currently trying to reverse engineer the car's software themselves. They are trying to hack their own vehicles to build open source tools just so their cars don't turn into completely undrivable bricks. They are quite literally trying to build an independent, community-run car company from the ashes of a failed startup just to keep their $70,000 investments alive. When you look at all of these factors combined, it makes perfect sense why you never see these on the road. It explains why they are piling up on liquidator lots. Even when the price dropped all the way down to $15,000 for a brand new 0-mile luxury SUV with a panoramic sunroof and incredible acceleration, everyday people looked away. Because at the end of the day, a car isn't just a toy, it is how you get to work. It is how you pick up your kids. It is how you live your life. People need reliability. They need to know that when they press the start button, the car will move. They need to know that if a rock hits the windshield, it can be replaced. The Fisker Ocean stands as a massive warning story for the entire automotive industry. It proves that you can have all the style, all the hype, and all the futuristic promises in the world, but if you don't build a reliable product and if you don't build a company that lasts, your car will end up exactly like this one. A ghost car that nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to drive, and a name that most people will completely forget.